Hold on to your toques, Saskatoon, because the future of transportation is about to get a whole lot more interesting. We're talking electric scooters, folks, and not just any electric scooters, shared ones. Imagine zipping around the city with the wind in your hair and the sun on your face. So, whether you're an eco-conscious commuter or a thrill-seeking student, buckle up, because we're about to take you on a wild ride through Saskatoon's 2023 Shared Electric Scooter Pilot. Now you might be asking yourself, why electric scooters and why now? Well, dear reader, the answer is as simple as a prairie sunset is beautiful. Saskatoon, like many cities, is grappling with congestion, pollution, and the need for sustainable transportation. Enter the electric scooter, a sleek, nimble, and environmentally friendly solution to our urban woes. This 2-year trial period, starting in April 2023 and running until October 2024, will give everyone a chance to experience the joys of shared e-scooters while allowing the city to gather valuable data and feedback. Think of it as a test drive for the future of transportation in Saskatoon. And trust us, this is one joyride you won't want to miss. Now let's address the elephant in the room, or rather the e-scooter on the sidewalk. Some of you might be thinking, won't this just lead to chaos in the streets? Fear not, concerned citizen. The City of Saskatoon has thought of everything, from vendor requirements to parking regulations and safety protocols. The success of this pilot program depends on everyone playing by the rules, respecting the city, and embracing responsible e-scooter ridership. All right, folks, let's get down to brass tacks, or should we say scooter tracks. This pilot program isn't just about letting loose a bunch of e-scooters and hoping for the best. The City of Saskatoon has put together a comprehensive framework for how this whole shared e-scooter thing is going to work. It covers everything from the pilot structure and timeline to vendor responsibilities and safety regulations. And this framework is here to ensure that the pilot program runs smoothly, safely, and sustainably. So whether you're a potential vendor or a curious citizen, this framework is your go-to resource. It's about finding that sweet spot between innovation and responsibility. Section 2, Speaking Scooter, a glossary for the uninitiated. Before we dive into the intricacies of the framework, let's make sure we're all speaking the same language. The world of shared e-scooters has its own unique lingo, and it's easy to get lost in a sea of jargon. From geofencing to rebalancing, we'll break down the key terms you need to know to become a fluent speaker of all things e-scooter. Because knowledge is power, and in the world of micro-mobility, knowing your trip from your maximum fleet size can make all the difference. Section 3, ready to roll? The application process explained. Entrepreneurs and e-scooter enthusiasts, this section is for you. So you think you've got what it takes to be a part of Saskatoon's shared e-scooter revolution? The city is using a request for proposal, or RFP process, to select the lucky vendor or vendors who will get to unleash their fleet of e-scooters. We're talking detailed proposals, financial commitments, and a whole lot of competition. We'll break down the requirements, the deadlines, and the all-important evaluation criteria. The future of transportation in Saskatoon awaits, and it could be yours for the taking. Section 1, Show me the money, understanding the fee schedule. Running a shared e-scooter program isn't free, folks. The City of Saskatoon has a detailed fee structure in place to ensure that the pilot program is properly funded and that vendors contribute their fair share. We're talking reapplication fees, engagement and communication fees, and the all-important security deposit. Vendors, you're not just paying fees, you're partnering with the city to create a more sustainable, efficient and enjoyable way for people to get around. So study the fee schedule carefully, factor it into your business plans, and get ready to put your money where your e-scooter is. Section 2. Playing by the rules, general requirements for vendors. The City of Saskatoon has a set of general requirements in place to ensure that the pilot program operates smoothly, safely, and responsibly. We're talking insurance coverage, age restrictions, and a whole lot of legal mumbo-jumbo. Vendors, familiarize yourselves with these requirements, make them an integral part of your operations, and let's work together to make Saskatoon a shining example of responsible e-scooter sharing. Section 3. Tech Talk, ensuring safety and compliance through technology. In the world of shared e-scooters, technology isn't just a buzzword, it's the backbone of the entire operation. The City of Saskatoon has outlined specific technological capabilities that vendors must have in place to participate in the pilot program. We're talking intoxicated riding tests, sidewalk riding detection, helmet selfie features, and a whole lot more. It's about leveraging the power of technology to create a safer, more responsible, and more enjoyable shared e-scooter experience for everyone. Section 1. General requirements, dotting the I's and crossing the T's. The City of Saskatoon has a whole laundry list of general requirements that vendors need to comply with. We're talking about things like obtaining the proper regulatory exemptions from the province, ensuring compliance with all those pesky bylaws, and making sure your insurance is up to snuff. It's about making sure that everything is above board, that everyone is protected, and that this pilot program doesn't turn into a legal free-for-all. So vendors, dust off your reading glasses, call your lawyers, just in case, and let's delve into the wonderful world of legal compliance. Section 2. Tech Talk, Safety and Compliance in the Digital Age. In the world of shared e-scooters, technology isn't just a cool add-on, it's the glue that holds the whole operation together. The City of Saskatoon has mandated a whole slew of technological features that vendors need to incorporate into their e-scooters and their overall systems. We're talking intoxicated riding tests, sidewalk riding detection, helmet selfie features, and enough GPS tracking to make even Santa jealous. It's about leveraging the power of technology to ensure that e-scooters are used responsibly, that riders are safe, and that this pilot program doesn't devolve into a real-life game of Grand Theft Scooter. Section 3. Keeping Saskatoon sidewalks safe, one ride at a time. Sidewalk riding is a big no-no, folks, and for good reason. Vendors are required to implement sidewalk riding detection technology, which uses a combination of sensors, GPS data, and maybe even a little bit of digital magic to determine when an e-scooter has gone rogue. If an e-scooter is caught red-handed on the sidewalk, the system can issue warnings, reduce speed, or even bring the e-scooter to a grinding halt. The goal is to educate riders, encourage responsible behavior, and make sure that Saskatoon's sidewalks remain a safe space for everyone. Section 1. The long arm of the law and bylaws, compliance and removal. The City of Saskatoon has a whole system in place to monitor vendor compliance, address complaints, and, if necessary, remove those rogue e-scooters from the streets. Think of it as the e-scooter police, keeping a watchful eye on the streets, making sure everyone is playing by the rules. And if a vendor isn't holding up their end of the bargain, the city has the power to revoke their operating privileges faster than you can say Saskatoonberry. Section 2. Saskatoon, where e-scooters fear to tread illegally. Remember those general requirements we talked about? The legal mumbo-jumbo that seems so daunting? Well, they're not just suggestions, folks. They're the law of the land, or at least the bylaws of the city. And the City of Saskatoon is serious about enforcing them. Vendors are required to have a system in place to address complaints within a reasonable time frame, which means no more ignoring those angry voicemails or pretending you didn't see that e-scooter blocking the sidewalk. Think of it as e-scooter etiquette 101. Park responsibly, ride safely, and don't be a nuisance. Because if you're constantly causing problems, the city won't hesitate to give you the boot, or should we say the e-scooter impound lot. And trust us, you don't want to end up there. It's not pretty. So Vendors, play by the rules, keep your e-scooters in line, and let's make this pilot program a shining example of responsible micro-mobility. Section 3, data everywhere, monitoring the e-scooter experiment. Now let's talk data, because in the world of shared e-scooters, data is king. Every ride, every parked e-scooter, every near miss, hopefully not too many of those, generates a treasure trove of information, and the City of Saskatoon is hungry for that data. They'll be monitoring everything from ridership patterns and parking behavior to safety incidents and complaints. They'll be analyzing the data, crunching the numbers, and using it all to make informed decisions about the future of the pilot program. Think of it as a giant e-scooter experiment with the City of Saskatoon as the scientists in lab coats, carefully observing, analyzing, and drawing conclusions. The goal is to understand how shared e-scooters are being used, to identify any problems or areas for improvement, and to determine whether this whole e-scooter thing is a viable long-term transportation solution for Saskatoon. So, riders, vendors, and curious citizens alike, buckle up, because we're about to embark on a data-driven journey into the heart of Saskatoon's shared e-scooter pilot program. E-scooters, built Ford tough, but like way more eco-friendly. All right, gearheads and gadget gurus, this section's for you. We're diving deep into the mechanical marvels that are shared e-scooters. These ain't your grandma's rusty razor scooters, folks. We're talking state-of-the-art machines, engineered for durability, safety, and, of course, a little bit of street cred. The City of Saskatoon has laid down the law when it comes to e-scooter specs, and vendors better be taking notes. We're talking sturdy frames, powerful motors, long-lasting batteries, and enough lights to rival a Christmas tree. These e-scooters are built to withstand the rigors of Saskatoon streets, from potholes and cracks to the occasional rogue gopher hole. They're also designed with safety in mind, with features like bright headlights, tail lights that would make a stop sign jealous, and bells loud enough to alert even the most distracted pedestrian. So vendors, if you're thinking of cutting corners on e-scooter quality, think again. Saskatoon demands the best, and these e-scooters are going to be put through their paces. Make them tough, make them safe, and make them stylish, because Saskatoon streets are waiting. Riding high and safely, user requirements and best practices. Okay, e-scooter enthusiasts, now that we've covered the hardware, let's talk about the software, or rather, the squishy humans who will be piloting these bad boys, because even the most technologically advanced e-scooter is only as safe and responsible as the person riding it. The City of Saskatoon has a few ground rules for e-scooter riders designed to keep everyone safe, from the handlebar heroes to the sidewalk strollers. We're talking age restrictions, helmet requirements, and a whole lot of common sense. Think of it as e-scooter etiquette 101. Obey traffic laws, yield to pedestrians, use bike lanes when available, and for the love of all that is holy, wear a helmet. Remember folks, a cool breeze through your hair is great and all, but it's not worth risking a head injury. So, e-scooter riders of Saskatoon, let's make this pilot program a resounding success by being responsible, respectful, and most importantly, safe out there. Let's show the world that Saskatoon knows how to ride in style. Saskatoon's Electric Avenue, a glimpse into the future. As we stand on the precipice of Saskatoon's shared e-scooter era, it's hard not to feel a sense of anticipation, a buzz of excitement for what the future holds. Imagine, if you will, a Saskatoon where the air is a little cleaner, the traffic a little lighter, and the streets alive with the gentle hum of electric motors. This pilot program, with its comprehensive framework, its focus on safety and responsibility, and its embrace of cutting-edge technology, represents a bold step forward for our city. It's an opportunity to not only modernize our transportation infrastructure, but to also enhance our quality of life. Imagine a Saskatoon where e-scooters become a seamless part of the urban fabric, zipping alongside cyclists, buses and pedestrians in perfect harmony. Imagine a Saskatoon where people can easily hop on an e-scooter to run a quick errand, commute to work, or simply enjoy a leisurely ride along the riverbank. This is the Saskatoon we can create together. By embracing this pilot program, by supporting responsible e-scooter use, by working collaboratively to address any challenges that arise, we can make Saskatoon a shining example of a modern, sustainable and, dare we say, fun-loving city. Stay tuned, Saskatoon. The e-scooter saga continues. But this is just the beginning, folks. The journey towards a more e-scooter friendly Saskatoon doesn't end with this pilot program. It's an ongoing process, a collaborative effort that requires constant evaluation, adaptation, and a willingness to embrace new ideas. The City of Saskatoon will be closely monitoring the pilot program, gathering data, listening to feedback from residents, and working with vendors to make adjustments along the way. This is a learning experience for everyone involved, and the success of the program depends on our collective willingness to be flexible, to be patient, and to work together towards a common goal. So stay tuned, Saskatoon. The e-scooter saga is just beginning, and it promises to be a wild, exhilarating, and ultimately rewarding ride. Let's keep the conversation going, let's share our thoughts and ideas, and let's work together to create a Saskatoon that is ready to embrace the future of transportation, one stylish, sustainable ride at a time. Remember, Saskatoon, the future is electric, and it's coming soon to a street corner.